Hello, and welcome to the review of one of my most favorite sets, the LEGO Ninjago Skull Sorcerer's Dungeons, set number 71722. This set has 1,171 pieces and is from the Master of the Mountain collection. It has a retail price of £90. So, let's get to the LEGO. This set is supposed to be some kind of cave, a dungeons. It has very many interesting features, which is why I really like it. So we have this kind of skull feature here. We have a draw, kind of some kind of cage here. We also have what is supposed to be some kind of leading in way and some ways around. This is supposed to be lava, so predictably all this is lava, and then these are the stones upon which they can walk around. So that's not supposed to be there. So we have various things around here. We also have a bunch of spiders which you can get, which is actually really cool. So we have all these steps here and it goes all the way up there, and then the top part is like maybe the main area. This set actually has stuff on the back too. We actually have a room here which is supposed to be some kind of sorcery room of the skull sorcerer, the main guy. And then we have a sword, and then we have internal mechanism, and here we have an axe. So a very nice features on the back side as well. We have some kind of weapons here, a nice plate here, and similar things. So that's very impressive. And from this side also some kind of fire. There should be some fish here, again some kind of bridge here, and then this, which I'll get to later. Now let's begin with the features. The first thing is this feature. We have on the back, if you do this here, it activates a bunch of things. So if you spin this, you're spinning this, these platforms, you may not see this, but these platforms are rising and falling. It's kind of a trapdoor design. And then this is being erased. So that's really the main mechanism. So this thing essentially controls all the things you want. So it's spinning this, it's doing that, and it's doing that, which is really cool. This is cool. You could put a minifigure inside here. So you could just take maybe some guy. Let's just take Clay from next to next and just put him inside. Boom! He's locked up. Ninjas! Knights! Comes to the rescue. Alright. So, on the top, similar principle. This is supposed to be some kind of guarding thing for this sword. There's a lot of swords in this set. A bunch of these very unique looking swords. White ones and black ones. So this is very interesting. The new design, especially for this skull source design. Maybe this sword gives them some kind of special power. If you press this thing here, and you lift it, opens up. So we also have another feature here. If you just press this thing here, like so, the doors open inside. And we have a sword, some kind of altar. If you look from here, the mechanism for this is actually working from here. So this is where the gear work is happening. Now here we have another kind of shrine maybe for the sword. That's really nice. We also have some guitar, some kind of stuff in here. Small platform here, maybe for kind of looking out from the side. Then we have a small area here. This is actually supposed to be a game, and you are supposed to connect other parts to it. So to make this review more wholesome, I'm going to add these two. So from the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, we get these parts. From a journey to the Skull Sorcerer, we get this. And that's really all the main pieces. There are also some small other pieces, but I don't think these are really make a difference. So let's just build this entire thing. So we're supposed to disconnect. So let's just kind of put this as a side. So now this is supposed to go here, and this tail thing attaches to this. So now, I mean, it's really up to you how you design this. There is no definitive way how you should do it, but really it's about just how you like it. So this is supposed to be kind of like so, like that. So now we're going to attach this here, like that. So as we can see, this is starting to form up. So this could go like this. It's really up to you how you design this. Lego gives you some kind of format, but again, it's really up to you how you choose to do it. So maybe we can disconnect this here, and maybe we can somehow maneuver this on the side. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but yeah, you could just connect it like this, like that, and then like that. Maybe like that, or just bring it closer. I mean, there are probably more logical ways to connect this, but I'm just giving an example of how you could do it. I'm not saying this is the only way. You could really do anything. And this is the cool thing about this set, is the customizability. Basically, you can do it the way you like. This part also has interesting features. We have this kind of spinning thing here. some kind of skull which is supposed to direct the characters to various roads. Here we have a trap actually. If a character steps on this area, let's this thing falls over. It's like a trap. And then here you can also put a sword. So we just take the sword. It's like a sword, so maybe this is some kind of prize. And actually this is a game. So this is supposed to be a fully working game. You have a dice, you're supposed to throw this dice, and for instance I got 1. So it's supposed to, the characters, for instance, if we take a character, any character, they're supposed to move, they pick up lives. It's called crystal here. Now looking to this part also has a small drawbridge and a small lever which is supposed to raise it. So yeah, we also have this continuation of the game here. So nice little drawbridge here, so it's supposed to raise this thing. Again, we have another thing now. And then if we look on the back, we have some more place here, a bed, and a kind of cave-in area. This is, again, the sorcerer theme is really evident here. So maybe this is some kind of, this is supposed to be, maybe this is called Sorcecer, it's his lair, it's his dungeons. So this is very interesting. Let's just pay attention to this attention to detail. Look at this, all this detail, all the way it was designed, and it really makes sense. And when there's a battle it actually really works. It's very succinct. So, in terms of the battle making, so just say I slightly altered the way I set up. So again, you could add like a loop here, which is very interesting for battles. The way this will work in a battle is you would have minifigures standing on these platforms, which is very convenient because they actually are very comfortably standing. And then you could have other minifigures. You could have them attacking, defending. So we could have, for instance, attacking. They could be attacking from one side. Maybe they could by some kind of boat. So they could attack, and then they'll be fighting back, hiding, probably retreating, going to various places. We could also have a trap. So he comes here, and then this thing just falls on top of him. And this is lava, by the way. So it's really interesting. The amount of things you could do with this is really interesting, because you could have completely new battle. This is a battle of lava. This is a battle of pushing. This is no longer a just ordinary ground battle. This is now some kind of lava battle in the dungeons. It's really interesting. And the spiders are also could be playing both a defensive or offensive role. We also have here the bridge, so you can really have a lot of maneuvering. They could be moving back, they could be forward. We have this trap. Maybe you could have some on the top. And of course, if you can learn to play the game, there's actually instruction for this. I haven't played it yet, but it should be very interesting. It's quite detailed actually. It's like a character game, so that's very interesting. You can put the figures here. Just look at this. There's tiny details here, the slopes, and then here the fish. This is some kind of chilling out area. And then you have these things which are protecting, and the heads looking so sinister and everything. And then we have this area as well. We have some kind of, oops. Let me just bring this a bit closer. We could have battles on the stairs. Literally, it could be battling on the stairs. And small surprise, we have a crystal inside here as well. Let me just put this back inside. So they could be battling on the stairs. They could be hiding from here. Maybe someone's captured in here. I mean, there's so much details. Another crystal on the back. So it's just so many things to look. And then we also have this. I mean, they do kind of get in the way. But the good thing is you could just put this away, because otherwise I think these two cages can interfere with each other. And then we also have, of course, the bridges. Or of course, we can have a really interesting battle of them knocking each other in. So they could be, oh no, I fell in, oh no. So that'll be really interesting. And then definitely, of course, we could have battles on the top. I mean, there's so many, and on the side. And you could even think the attacking side could even add ladders, because when playing battles with this, it's very useful to have some kind of ladder which you put. Because otherwise it's really hard to attack along one line. So maybe they could put a ladder, or you could customize it, or maybe kind of do this, just more connected, so it's not just single lines. I think that's what the slight thing Lego missed out with this, is they could have made more connections, because when it's just one path around, it's less interesting. It's more interesting if you add more connections, when it becomes more complex. That's why this set is so much more interesting with these additions. By itself, this set is interesting, but kind of doesn't have enough pieces to it to make it that interesting for a battle. But once you have this is now a proper battle, a proper full-scale battle. Without this, it's also a really interesting battle. But if you're looking forward to maximize this set, I think that's good to add these parts. And the good thing is, thanks to eBay, you don't have to buy the entire set. You could just buy parts of it. For instance, this was a set by itself. This one comes with a drag, but you could probably buy it by itself too. So just kind of wrapping up, this set is really interesting. Just look at this attention to detail. All these figures. There's a lot of pieces. I mean, 1,200 nearly in this. So many different colors. It just looks very nice. It's a very succinct, very logical set with so many interesting features. You could have so many quests for swords. You could play the game. So this feature-wise, I think, is a 10. Because there's so many features in the set. And such a high attention to detail. So I give this, for features, I give this a 9.5. For design and build, I give this a 10. I mean, the design is fantastic. It's, without a doubt, this is one of the most beautiful Legos I've probably seen. It's really interesting. And it's so creative as well. Lego has never made things like this before. In terms of playability, I'll give this a 10, if I'm honest, because there's so many things you could do with this. There's so many different battles. You could make this for a land battle without lava. You could make it for like a fortress type battle. You could make a kind of add more pieces, or even add your own pieces and just connect them together. So that's a playability wise, I give this a 10 out of 10. So I would rate this set probably a 10. I would definitely give this a 10 or a 9.5 because this is a really nice set. At £90, this by itself may be a little overpriced, but let's consider it is quite big. It is quite, you can see there are a lot of pieces and it's actually quite bulky. When I first looked at this, I was like, nah, £90 is a bit of a scam, but when you get it in real life, it looks bigger. It looks bigger in real life than this on the picture. So this is a very nice Lego set. I highly recommend it. Very nice Lego. I recommend it. I'm really pleased with the sets, and Lego did a very good job this time. Probably one of the best Ninjago sets. Definitely, I think this is good. Okay. Thank you for watching.